Welcome back everyone. So far we have completed developing all the features of this web application. Now we will deploy our project to Docker. In other words, we will Dockerize the project. So let's get started. I will not show you how to install and configure Docker in this tutorial. You will get all the references for installing and configuring Docker from the official Docker website. Nowadays, developers usually install Docker Desktop for development. It is very easy to install and configure on the development machine. Now Docker Desktop supports almost all operating systems. So just download and install. So let's get back to our main task. I made one thing clear at the very beginning of this tutorial series, that is, Django is an ORM-based framework, so it works very easily with any database. So, at this stage, we will use a PostgreSQL database instead of a mysql database, and in this case, we will not install the PostgreSQL server on our development machine, but will use a Docker image. So since we will be using PostgreSQL database, we need to install DB connection driver called scop2 binary. So type pip install scop2 binary. Then hit enter. It may take a while to install, although it depends somewhat on your internet speed. Great, our desired library installation has been completed. So let's first create a file called Dockerfile in our project root directory. The first thing we need to do here is to define the Python Docker image in the Docker file. So type from space. Then type Python. In this case, we need to specify the version. Here I am specifying Python version 3.12. Because I developed this project on Python version 3.12. Here you can see I am checking the Python version, which is version 3.12. Now let's specify our working directory. I am maintaining comments on each line so that it will be easier for you to understand later. So type workdir. Then type /app. Here I have defined a working directory called app. Now we will copy the requirements.txt file. I am maintaining the comments so that you can understand later. So type copy. And here we will define the relative path of the requirements.txt file as the source. Right-click on the requirements.txt file and copy the relative path. And paste the path here. And as the destination we will put our current working directory. So just put a dot, which actually means our current working directory. So the summary is, I copied the requirements file and placed it in our working directory. Now we have a small task left. Since we will be using PostgreSQL database and we already installed a driver library for it, we need to include that library in our requirements.txt file, right?